Good day, it's S.meyyappa here again. It's a pleasure to see you. So, of course, today is Movement Control Order 2.0, day 1. Alright, so yesterday or day before yesterday, our Prime Minister has announced that the Movement Control Order 2.0 or for the year 2021, which will commence from January 13 till January 26, right, for 14 days. Right, so a lot of people were under stress and they thought that it's again a lockdown. Okay, so and the thing is that this movement control order, there are certain things that you need to do. Okay, I'll tell you this later, but before that, this is MCO, not lockdown. Okay, I like to clarify this is not a lockdown. It is movement control order, or in short we call it as MCO. So why am I saying that? If you say it's a lockdown, okay, just like last year at certain areas, okay, where you had people who couldn't come out even from their gate or even from their door, okay, there were barbed wire, there were militaries actually guarding and patrolling that area, okay, or that housing area. Okay, so lockdown is basically you are locked. It's like a house arrest kind of thing. So, and you may just buy your groceries or the amenities only on certain days. Okay, and that's also what will be brought to your area. Alright, so that's what you mean by lockdown. It means you cannot meet people, you cannot see anyone. Alright, it's similar to the quarantine, the 14 days or the 10 days quarantine where you're not supposed to meet people. You're just within that 4 walls, right? So that's what you call lockdown. Now what we are actually facing here is movement control order. It means you are not actually jailed or locked at home. You are still allowed to move around. Of course, there is a limitation. You can only go to the limit of 10 kilometers from your house or from your premise. Okay, so 10 kilometers. Unless you have a special permission from the authority, then you can go even further. Alright, so otherwise, you are allowed to move within 10 kilometers. So it means if I want to go buy groceries, if I want to go to the fresh market, okay, if I want to go to pharmacies or even clinic, I am allowed to go. Okay, so long it's within the 10 kilometers vicinity. Alright, so that is still fine. So that is movement control order. It means your movement is controlled, but doesn't mean you're locked. Okay, so and the thing is that not your entire family can go out. Okay, so they have limited to 2 person per vehicle. So you can still bring your wife or you can still bring your kid to certain areas, okay, to buy your groceries and stuff. So 2 people are still allowed. Okay, and of course you would still have the timeline, like supermarkets, restaurants are open until 8 p.m. only from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Okay, and a petrol station will close at 10 p.m. and stuff, except for the highway petrol station, which is 24 hours. Okay, so you have this kind of a time limits. So that's what you call movement control order. It's where you have limits, but it doesn't mean everything is locked. Okay, so you can still go buy your groceries, you can still go to supermarkets, buy your toiletries. Okay, you can still go for your pharmaceutical stuff, medical stuff. Okay, you can go to healthcare. Okay, so this kind of basic necessities are there. And even today when I went around, I still see the clothing or the textile shops are still open. Okay, so the basic elements, even the motorcycle or the car repair shops, car wash, all these are open, of course with a specific time frame or timeline. Okay, maybe until 8 p.m. or 10 p.m. but they're still open. Okay, so it's business as usual. So that you don't need to have the mindset that you're locked. Okay, of course the limit is you cannot go further than your district if you're under the MCO area. Okay, and there's no interstate travel. Okay, so those are the limits. As I said, there are limits, but it's not that you are locked. Okay, you still have some freedom to move around. Okay, and that's what I wanted to say about this MCO. So it's not lockdown, it is a movement control order. So it means your movements are just being controlled. Okay, so where there's limits, okay, so surrounding you, so just obey those limits, obey those time frames, and you are safe. Okay, that's fine. So now let me move on to what you can do during this MCO, or what you should do during this MCO, how you can deal with this MCO. Okay, there are 3 tips that I want to share today. Okay, the 3 I feel it's more important. Okay, the first thing is, as I said, it's not lockdown. Okay, so it means you don't need to lock yourself at home. You supposed to do some physical activity, so just go out. You're allowed to jog. okay, you can go, as I said, within 10 kilometers, right? So you can even do 5 kilometers one way and come back another 5 kilometers. So that's 10 kilometers, right? So you are still allowed to do jogging, or similar to cycling. Okay, you can still do cycling within that 10 kilometers vicinity. So you can actually go one way 5 km and come back another 5 km, and you can do it for a few rounds. Okay, so no one is going to stop you on that. So cycling and jogging is still allowed. And let's say you are not allowed in a group. Okay, that is a part of the so-called control. Okay, so you are not allowed to go in a group, but you can go solo, you can go individual, so you can do that. And if what I'm saying here is, please do some physical activity. So don't just jam up yourself on the chair, okay, just focusing on your office work or your daily works. Do some physical activity. Make sure you sweat it out. That's a crucial point here. That's what I want to share. So make sure you sweat it out. Make sure you have some physical activities. So if you feel you don't have a cycle, okay, or you are not comfortable doing jogging, then it's fine. Just go out and do some walking. Okay, maybe 20 minutes to 30 minutes walk. Okay, just make sure you walk, you get your physical activities done. Okay, your body moves, at least you have some sweats out. Okay, so long you don't shake hand, you don't hug people. Okay, there's no physical touch or body contact, that's fine. Okay, you can even say hi to people, alright, so that's fine. So you can still jog, you can still walk, that's fine, so long you're still within the 10 kilometer vicinity. So if you have a jogging track or a lake within your housing area, go ahead, you are allowed to do that. Okay, so focus on the physical activities. Second thing I would like to share is, make sure you go and speak to people. Of course, now you feel it's a movement control order, you cannot talk to people, so you just focus on Zoom or Google Meet, you do virtual meets. Okay, that's fine, that's for people who are staying far, some other states or some other districts. But what I'm saying here is, at least talk to your neighbors, talk to your people around your housing areas. Okay, so don't jail yourself at home. Okay, go and speak to people. Alright, so the reason why I'm saying here is, it's the word catharsis. It's where when you speak to people, you tend to actually relax yourself and make your mind more free. Okay, so it's more like a casual chat kind of thing. So speak to your neighbor, speak to the person next door, or if let's say you're in a condominium, I'm not sure if your condominium allows you to move to another block, but even within the same block, how many of you know your neighbors, the next door or the different floors and stuff? So you are still allowed to go and speak to them. So just go and talk, all right? Because during last year, okay, what I've experienced, some of my colleagues, they were actually stressed because they locked themselves within the four walls, either in their home or in their room. Okay, so some of them had their rented room, so they actually locked themselves within the four walls. So they actually felt stressed and depressed. So what I'm saying here is, as I said, 10 kilometers vicinity or 10 kilometers limit, right? So you are still allowed to speak to your neighbors. So talk to people, physical contact, in the sense, not to say body contact, but the physical touch, in the sense of face-to-face communication. All right. So at least when you have face-to-face communication, it makes it boosts your energy. Okay, at least you can share what are your thoughts and issues. At least you relax down yourself, and apart from that, at least you can smile to people, right? So there's a chance for you to smile. Otherwise, nowadays I'm seeing, especially youngsters, they don't even know how to react. Okay, the reason because you're too much onto the gadgets and stuff. You know how to put the correct smiley, but you don't know how to put the correct facial expression when you go face-to-face communication. So being a trainer and a speech coach, so I always focus on the facial expression. So at least put some smiles on your face. Okay, have some different expressions on your face. So that's the second point I want to share. Talk to people. Okay, at least your neighbors. Alright, so even today I was speaking to my guards, okay, at the guard house, right? So of course they are still within my housing area, so I can still speak to them so long there's 1 meter distance, physical distancing, and so long you have your mask on, then it's fine. Okay, so with the appropriate measurements, safety measures, I'm still speaking to people or talking to people. Alright, so that's my second tip. And the third tip is, let's say if you don't want to exercise, don't want to talk to people, fine. At least get out from your house. Feel the nature. Okay, just go out and stand. okay, feel the air, have the sun. Okay, just like when you're in office, you have the aircon, but at least when you come out for lunch, you're still coming out for lunch. Okay, you still have some sunshine. Or sometimes some of us will park at the car park and then walk towards the office building. So at least you still have some air coming into you, and after office hours you still go back to your car, go back to your car park and stuff. So you still have some external airs, outside airs coming into you. So feel the environment. So go out from your house. Okay, so if you don't have people to talk to, you don't want to exercise, at least just go out, at least go to a mart and buy a coffee and come back. Okay, at least you feel the air. Okay, and of course people say don't go out unnecessarily. The thing is that at least once a day just go out, for something. At least you want to buy groceries, at least you're still going out. Okay, so what my advice is, at least go out. Okay, feel the air. So you need some fresh air outside rather than locking yourself at home. And so these are my 3 tips that I want to share for today. So I'll share more tips in coming days. All right, so of course we have 14 days at home, and of course this is my setup, as you can see. So this has been how I'm working for the past 11 months or 10 months, okay, since last March. Okay, so even I'm getting used to home office kind of a setup. So hopefully you can also, this is like a new normal, so we have to go through this. So hopefully we can see the light at the end of the day or the end of the year, hopefully. Alright, so I'll see you in my next video. If I have any other ideas, I'll share with you in my next video. Till there, stay safe, take care.